listening to the new Kid Laroi album.
I heard you talk about that. We'll get into it because I haven't got hip yet. But it's not necessarily my scene.
I feel you. No?
He's Australian, right?
I don't know.
He is, I think.
don't know.
Who, well, good thing we got a producer. Hey, who signed Kid Laroi? Look that up. We'll just get right into it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hey, today...
Can I curse?
Yeah, of course. We're on the internet. Please do.
I have a potty mouth.
This is Tac'd with Spencer P. Today we got Mackenzie Rose, and we're just kind of bullshitting today. We got a bunch of cool stuff to go over, but we're starting with Kid Laroi. Who signed him? Was it 300? I think so. Come on, click the link, bro.
I mean...
You're the producer. Put it up.
I just love when an album, like every single song on an album is fantastic. And I mean, I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan.
Signed to SB Projects.
Brian was the key in Justin Bieber's success. Okay, I am tripping. Oh, okay. Look, before signing to SB Projects, Laroi was part of Grade A Productions, the label that to the late Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
I swear it was somebody out of... I want to say it was like... Oh, you know who it was? It was Lil Bibby. I wanted to say Lil Durk. Lil Bibby is the one who like first found Kid Laroi.
I don't know. I just found out about him because of Justin Bieber.
Do you know who Bibby is? Like Lil Bibby?
Heard.
So he's a rapper out of Chicago. And him and... Do you know who G Herbo is?
I know the name.
They were like buddies from... on the block. All right, I don't know what their relationship, but they were cool. They came up together, and G Herbo was hot when I was in like 12th grade, so that's like 2012, and he was like 2 years younger than us then. So I think he was like 16, and they were burning and turning. Yeah. And they're up there with like Chief Keef and just drill music in the trenches. Yeah. And so for someone like Lil Bibby, so now he's really made his way out of rapping into like the management and the actual, you know, the industry side of things. But I think he's the one who found the Kid Laroi. Look up Lil Bibby finds the Kid Laroi. Yeah, I
just found out he's like 17. I'm like, shit. I'm like, what? Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard any of his songs, to be honest. Yep, I signed the Kid Laroi when he was 15. We don't need to watch a whole Vlad TV. Yeah. But
anyways, Kid Laroi, I got that shit on repeat. It's almost offensive, but...
So you just came here from dinner? Where'd you guys end up going?
Oh, no, we actually, we just ordered pizza.
Oh, nice.
And hung out in like their little like communal area in their apartments.
Okay, sweet.
Which are so fucking nice.
Oh, downstairs in like the lobby?
Yes. I mean, like growing up, like when it wasn't like that, and seeing all the new like housing and what they've done with it.
Right.
It's so
nice.
So
you grew up here in Tacoma, right?
So I'm from Puyallup, but I grew up in Tacoma, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So my mom, I was actually supposed to go to Stadium High School. Okay. And we were supposed to move into a house like right across from Stadium High School. But then she got cancer. And so then I had to move back to Puyallup. But like, I grew up in Tacoma. My mom used to manage the Columbia Bank building.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
where does a manager sit? How many floors up are they in the building?
Actually, she was on the first floor. Oh. Yeah, no, I mean...
Interesting. Is that by choice? I don't know. I think it was
just like that's where what was it? CBRE. That CBRE.
Is that a real estate company?
It's like a property management company.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But she was on the first floor. She didn't care.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty gangster.
Yeah, for sure.
So where did they live before they? I don't want to give out where your parents live, obviously, but they're in a newer building that was not there when you were growing up. So.
So no, in Puyallup.
Oh, okay. So you guys were in
Puyallup, and my dad was like, how would you say it? Like Canyon Road-ish.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Kinda, yeah. Over by the Puyallup Fair, right? That's the only thing in Puyallup I know. That exactly. And the mall.
The fucking fair.
Hey, that's going on right now, I think.
Is it?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw a couple
it?
people posted pictures. Check that out. I hope they are.
The fucking fair.
Puyallup Fair?
You gotta go get
the
a
Washington
corn
State
dog.
Fair?
Crusty pup.
That area right down here in Ruston has changed so much. It's so funny. Beautiful. So there used to be this tunnel. Did you ever go through that tunnel?
Oh my God, yes,
right
that's
there?
what I'm saying. It's
the death tunnel. Yes. You had to honk to make sure no one was coming the other way.
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
And so on that hill, there used to be like a big, what was it, like an arsenic? It's not an arsenic factory, but what was this big old smokestack? So I don't know if you remember, but like the last 15, 20 years, they were doing like a big cleanup of all the arsenic and lead, and it was from this smokestack that was right here in Ruston.
So I have like a weird conspiracy theory.
Let it fly, because I got a good one too.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like just in my family, because like I said, my mom had cancer, and like she grew up here, and so my grandma thinks that somehow, some way, she got cancer from like that area.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I think cancer just is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, but she likes to find weird excuses for stuff.
Yeah, I can.
But it's funny that you brought that up, because I was like, oh, I actually know about that. Yeah.
Well, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
So it contaminated like for, I don't know, 100 miles in diameter, this huge space. So like you'll see it every once in a while. They'll be like, the city of Tacoma will be digging up someone's entire yard.
Yeah.
And they do a trace, they run a study on the soil that's there, check if there's arsenic and lead in it, and if there is, they pull all the dirt out, and they give these people a whole new front yard, right?
Okay.
So they were still doing that when there was no houses on that hill, you know, like where the Unicorn is, and now you can take that road down that goes straight to Ruston. There was like...
Well, it's so crazy driving up the hill that I just drove up. I'm like, what the fuck? This is all so new to me.
It's all new, right?
It's so beautiful. But
so that road that goes up and spits you out right at the Unicorn, that housing development is literally right where the stack used to be. Like that is ground zero. And so while they're still running lead and arsenic tests everywhere throughout Pierce and King County, they started developing homes right there.
Of course they did.
In the biggest arsenic pit pile I could think of.
Yeah.
And so I'm delivering mail in at the time while they're like starting to build these homes, and there's like big dirt piles and kids are like playing in them. I'm like, hey,
sounds like some Chernobyl shit or something.
Maybe don't want to let your kids.
They probably don't
play in that.
They probably don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. They just think it's beautiful as fuck because it is. They're new. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It was worrisome. I was like, I don't know if you should be doing that. But, a lot has changed down there.
Yeah.
There's I haven't even been down there for a minute, but there's a lot of stuff down there on that New Point Ruston.
It's so beautiful. I can't even. It's just driving. It's so funny. I was telling my my friend, she lives in Seattle. I'm like, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get off the plane is take my dad's car and like drive up and down Ruston Way.
Oh, nice.
That's it. It's just like so nostalgic for me. I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful here.
We
drove in and I was like, oh, that stench. I fucking love it.
It is.
It stinks amazingly.
Like if you take it every day, you definitely take it for granted. But
my God.
I'm living all the way out in the sticks, so I stick to the freeway now. I never take that way. But my mom, if I go to see my mom and I'm hopping off the freeway, that's the way I take. So every time hit the windows.
I love it.
Couple of little puffs.
It's so nostalgic for me.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So you're not living in Tacoma or anywhere near us anymore.
No,
you're about as far
not.
away from us as you can get now.
I am like 2,000 miles away from here now.
So where are you?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Just
I live
right in the heart
ATL,
of Atlanta.
Literally in the heart of Atlanta, Midtown. Yeah. Trust me, like I never in my entire life thought that I would live in Atlanta. But it's the new Hollywood.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Because I've heard like one other person ever say that. And I'm like, oh,
really?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like if you, the only reason I know that is because I'm trying to be a stunt double.
Yes.
And I have like a few things under my belt. But when I went and trained to do stunts, the coordinators and the instructors were like, if you want to make it big in film to do stunts, you got to move to Atlanta. And I was like, what? Like, what? Atlanta? Why? But it's I should know this because I'm in the scene, but something about like the location laws, like the land is really cheap. And so they film everything.
Isn't that where Tyler Perry has
exactly.
his
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I work at this bar right up the street from my house. So I live in Midtown. And like, have you heard of the Fox Theater?
I have.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I'm so glad because people like don't know about it.
That's like the Staples. That's
it's like a very
venue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I work in the bar right next to it.
Holy shit! How did you pull that? Just luck?
The universe blessed me with this job. Like Beautiful. You don't understand. When I first moved to Atlanta, mind you, the pandemic was hard for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm not going to compare trauma or like compare like, oh,
we
mine
all
was
went
worse
through
or like
the
whatever.
Same thing. Though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do this thing sometimes where I like run away.
Okay. Just bounce.
I already knew I wanted to live in Atlanta because like stunts, I want to do stunts. But I was living with my dad at the time, and we just like politically and just, we were not seeing eye to eye. And I mean, that's kind of what happens when you're older and you live with your parents.
Right.
But
there comes a time.
My dad is all I have, and he's like my best homie. So I'm like, if I don't move out, like this is not going to be salvaged. It's going to go south, yeah. Exactly. So, but I was also thinking, if I move out and I move to like Tacoma or Seattle, I'll never go to Atlanta. Like I'll
make it or break it. You got one shot.
So I packed up my Husky, and I packed up as much as I could, and I drove my ass to Atlanta, Georgia.
I know. I watched the whole thing on Instagram. I was like, okay.
Like that. I
think I had maybe been following you for like 3 weeks or something. I was just kind of getting hip, and then I'm out to Atlanta. I'm
literally.
Like, oh.
Yeah, no, my family didn't even believe me. I was like, I'm moving to Atlanta.
So from like 2 weeks. Telling you have to move to Atlanta to make it to you moving, or at least to you making the decision, what was like the time frame?
Okay, so let's see. 2019 was, I was working at Google, and
you were working at Google?
Yeah, I was just a receptionist, but I was still working at Google. But okay, let me backtrack. Gosh, there is a festival that I go to in Palm Springs called Splash House.
Okay.
There's a reason for this story, and I'm at this after party, and I'm playing basketball with this dude. He's super buff, super cool, whatever. And he's like, I don't know how else to ask you this, so I'm just gonna ask you. But like, why the fuck do you have such a like nice physique? And I was like, oh, I've been a gymnast my whole life.
Right.
Like it's just muscle memory, honestly, at this point. And he's like, you should be a stunt double. And that person, I don't know who he is, but he changed my life.
Dude, I love those stories.
Like I could not tell, like he has no idea, but like he literally changed my fucking life.
I literally just listened to a podcast where this lady was talking about how she had no military service in her family background anywhere, and she liked going to the memorial services, and she just went to it's a weird thing to like. I mean,
everyone has their
get
kink.
it. I'm patriotic, like we pay our respects, but that is kind of a weird thing to choose to do. But so she went to one, and it was like a 9/11 memorial thing, and then on the way back there was some old lady like in her 80s in her uniform. Yeah. This girl had like a 6-minute conversation with her, and literally from there she went to her next class and dropped them all and signed up for the Air Force. And she's like, I don't know who that lady is, but she changed my entire life with one 6-minute conversation.
Literally, like I will never forget this dude.
That's so freaking cool.
He changed. Like I wish I could tell him. I'll probably never see him again. You know what I mean? But so that's
where it stared. How old were you then?
That was in 2017.
Okay.
So I had the thought for a while, but I was in like a relationship, and I was making all these excuses. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, well, there's this.
I have no idea what making excuses is like.
Oh, you
I've
don't?
never done that.
Yeah, me neither. Because it's like a big thing, and I also didn't know how one would go about getting into stunts.
Right.
So, fast forward, I'm working at Google, and I'm like, it's so funny because I've done a lot of things in my life. Like I'm all about experience. Trying new things and having a good time and whatever. Like I love festivals, I love music, I love traveling. Like, and so my family has never been very supportive of my life, really.
Yeah.
My dad is cool with it. But like my grandparents, who also, they're just very judgmental. Oh, I hope she doesn't see this. Sorry, Graham.
Something tells me Grandma's not watching this show.
Yeah. But it's like, it was just funny to me because I get this job at Google, and it's like, finally, they're like, oh my God, we're so proud of you. And I'm like, I'm the most miserable I've ever been. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. The mini kitchens were fucking awesome. The free food, like the benefits were great, but I am not a corporate America office job bitch. Like, I was like sitting there and I'm like, I can still do all of these things. Like I'm an athlete. Right. So then I finally was like, you know what? I thought about this stunt double thing. I'm like, why don't I just, I'm wasting time. Like. So
you were just sitting on it. You weren't.
So I had a boyfriend that was like kind of suppressing me. Like I dated a narcissist, and I didn't know that he was narcissist at the time.
Right. Yeah. People usually put on a good face when you...
Oh my God. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, we're in love and he wants the best for me, when in reality, like, he didn't want anything good for me. And I was like, this is not anything I want to do. So I'm sitting at Google and I'm Googling how to be a stunt double. And I find this place called the International Stunt School.
Okay.
So I'm like looking it up and I'm like, I didn't know that they had like schools for this, you know? But how else?
Yeah.
How else?
Actually, yeah.
And so I'm looking at the reviews and I'm looking at the website and I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to sign up for it, because the best part about it is it's in Seattle.
Oh, that's just fate. It has to be.
Right?
There.
And so...
There's nothing to lose.
Exactly. Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
So, okay.
Yes.
I was trying to show my producer the video of you setting yourself on fire. So I'm hoping you have it so you can send it to him, because it's not on your story no more.
Oh, my God. Here. Yeah. I have a... Can you hand me my phone real quick? So yeah. I go to this... I'll show you in a second.
They do car crashes and everything.
Oh my God.
Dude,
you learn everything. So the first few weeks, you learn how to fight, like how to throw the perfect punch, like falling, stair falling, like it says, Western combat, martial arts, weaponry, stunt driving, fire burns, high falls, air ram, which is like my favorite thing.
I was just going to ask what that is.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
caught my eye.
So
like an air
it's
ram?
So it's, how do I explain this? You step on it and you fly.
It's like a big catapult or something?
Yes.
Okay.
But like the cool thing about me knowing how to use an air ram.
For like explosions or something like that? Okay.
Exactly. And it is the funnest thing you will ever fucking do. I swear to God.
That was the best part of your guys' video.
What?
It was at the very end, sucked off screen. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yes. Okay. So, let's see. What else?
So have you been in like car crashes and stuff like that?
No, I've never been in car crashes, but my first...
Do you work your way up to that?
I'm green as fuck. I'm super new, but I got super lucky because after I finished the schooling, one of the instructors, the next year was like January, right before the pandemic hit, I get a call from Cyrus, one of the instructors, and he's like, hey, what are you doing on these dates? I have a low budget film. It's SAG pay. Unfortunately, like I didn't get into like the Actors Guild, but it was still pay, but it's a real stunt gig.
Okay.
So like right out the gate, I have like a low budget film under my belt, which is like, and I got to work with...
So you've already done the work? Is that what that one with the leather jacket and stuff is? That one looked pretty professional.
Leather jacket. Oh, yes, that's it. Uh-huh.
Sick.
Yes. So
Congrats.
that was my first... Thank you.
That's major.
I got so lucky, and I was like... And on top of that, working with like the instructors that I learned from, like that's unheard of. I was like, why me? But okay. So that was really great. But it's so funny because we were filming in Ocean Shores, and the weather was so bad. The production had to get pushed back like twice. I got paid like 3 times
for sitting
just
for
because
nothing.
Yeah, the pay in film
is
unheard of. like it really is as good as they say it is, you know. I mean, you would think so, but just because like for my time, so I was supposed to get paid, you know, this amount of money, but since production got pushed back, they were like, oops, sorry, we'll pay you like you were there still. Anyways, the weather was so bad and we were filming on the beach, and somehow we're practicing the stunt, and I'm attached to a harness, attached to a rope excavator.
Okay.
Right? So, like you press a button, I fly back. So the rigging somehow, I don't know what it is, because like these guys are experts.
Right.
Like this is their job.
They don't make too many mistakes.
You don't make mistakes ever. But for some reason, like the rigging during my stunt was like not working out. So I'm just getting yeeted into the sand, into this like cold ass like sand. And I'm like, so finally, and every time I look up, the whole film crew is like, they're all looking at me. I look back at Jeff. Jeff is like the guy that runs the school, and he's like, I'm literally like, cause I'm not gonna like, I'm a stunt double, so this is my job. This is why they hired me.
Yeah.
Right. So I get that. But by like the 6th time, I was like, is this supposed to be happening?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask.
I'm like,
did anyone let you know it was going on, or they just pick you back up and knock you back down?
What you do is you very low key he let me know, like, hey, sorry, like, we forgot to put something in there. Because, like, you don't want people to know that you fucked up.
Right.
So I finally was like, all right, something needs to be figured out. And so I made, like, some joke, and I was like, I better get a good-ass bruise out of this. And I did.
Oh, yeah?
So finally, we get the shot. And I was telling Josh, who I was working with yesterday for this other thing I'll tell you about. I was so embarrassed because it was, like, my first time on set, like, doing a real thing. I forgot that you're not supposed to, you're supposed to wait for the director to yell cut.
Oh no, you fucked the scene. At the very end too. You did everything right and then fucked it up at the end.
Yes, but we did it again, so like of course, but like I don't know where in my mind I forgot this. I think I was just like so excited and like nervous and like just being like and on top of that like it was over and over and over. And so the coordinator comes over and he's like adjusting I was like, I thought I was good. He's like, no, don't fucking say anything until he says cut. And I look at him and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm hella embarrassed. And he's like Mac. Cause like they all call me Mac. So like Rosie Mac was my incognito name when I was a bikini barista years ago. That's what that is.
Gotcha.
Mackenzie Rose. And I was like, I don't want my family to know that I do this, but I need like exposure as a bikini barista back when I was like 19. So I'm like, oh, Rosie Mac kind of runs, you know, like it works.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from. And then when I worked in like the music industry scene, like I never gave anyone my real name. I was always Rosie. And then, but by the time I like got older, I'm like, Mac's cool. You know what I mean? I feel like Mackenzie will be when I'm a mom.
Right.
Like 35.
You got all sorts of aliases, but they run.
I mean, but they're all the same, right? But I mean, like Mackenzie Rose, from what I hear from like people around, is like they're like that's like a really good actress name.
Oh, that is.
You know what I mean?
That is.
So like Mac is my like stunt, like I'm a hard ass name, but Mackenzie Rose would be like what I would put in the film credits.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Thank you.
Honestly, you want to hear a fucked up story?
Yeah.
I just read this. Some kid I think it's here in Seattle or something. He's getting bullied at his school because his schoolmates.
Oh, his mom.
Yes, this schoolmates found his mom's OnlyFans.
That's fucking heartbreaking, but also at the same time.
Well, here's the best part. So she's on her personal Twitter promoting it, and his friends find it, and he's like, I don't even have Twitter. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And like he brings it to his mom, and his mom's like, hey, you should be happy for me. Like I'm happy with my body. And he's like, hey, I kind of want to kill myself.
I'm 9. He's like, Mom, wait, how old is he?
Dude, he's in middle school, I think. I don't know, but
so like
not old enough to deal with that, bro.
Real?
That's fucked up.
Oh my God.
There's not a lot you can do about that either.
There's not. There's really not.
It's out there.
Like that kid just. Oh, I feel bad for him, especially like if his mom is like, oh, I mean, I think I read that too, and she's like, you know, sex work is like another job, and I'm with it. Like, go off. It is, but it's also like. You
can have that conversation with your kid, but you also have to have that conversation with all of his friends, and good luck. Like,
he's never getting away from that.
Them. Yeah.
He's literally never ever getting away from that. He's gonna have trauma.
What's up, Tommy? Can we go hang out at your house today?
Yeah,
we're always hanging out at my house.
Exactly. And
come on, guys.
Dude, Jesus. Poor thing, honestly, just being bullied about stuff.
I heard another one that just to one up myself. I heard this one this morning. There was apparently some kid who was in Parkland, like who went to school at the Parkland during the Parkland school shooting, and then like
and his dad isn't cute.
Yes, bro, his dad is a QAnon guy who's literally convinced his son was a paid actor.
Dude,
like he is literally telling his son like the active shooter, like the mass shooting you went through at your school was not real. You're a paid actor to get our guns. Like, dude.
Have you seen the QAnon documentary on, I think it's on HBO?
Yeah, actually.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
You have to fucking watch it. It's so good. It's so fantastic. There's like 3 different episodes.
I'm like a documentary nut.
No, me too.
So I think I don't know how that one slipped through the cracks. I know I saw it. And
you gotta watch it. Yeah.
Did you say HBO Max though?
Okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure it's on HBO. Yeah.
Because I got some game. I just shared this earlier, but if you didn't know, the old Cartoon Network cartoons, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy.
To that show.
Yeah, I know. That was a wild show. Return the slab.
Oh my God, so fucking good.
Return yeah, but all that's on HBO Max. Because I used to bitch about that for the longest time. They had the old Nickelodeon cartoons, which is cool, but like... Not even the good old ones, like the real old ones, like Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern World, like
Cat Dog.
Yeah. Good luck finding those, but they had like,
Thank you.
They had some of the other like
by Paramount Plus.
What is it?
Is that what it is on Paramount Plus?
I
finally found those on HBO Max. Yeah. So yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy. Foster's
good.
Home for Imaginary Friends, like all the good ones. Yeah.
Wait, what's the one?
They got Kids Next Door.
What about Grimm?
Oh, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
So
yes, bro,
good.
that's on there too.
I just remembered that one. I'm like, I gotta watch that shit.
Nostalgia.
So fucking
okay, so
right.
we're probably gonna get back on the stunt stuff one way or another. But what I want to talk about is Atlanta. How are you liking it out there?
Atlanta is everything that anyone, all the rappers talk like.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going.
It's hard for me to like
immediately
have words and explain how much ATL is ATL.
So, and you've, as far as I know, only really experienced post-pandemic ATL, but it's still lit?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Like when I first moved there, I was in an Uber and he was like, Atlanta shut down for like maybe 2 weeks. The bar I work at, they closed for 2 days.
Beautiful.
Like literally, and
I'm on board with that.
But it's also like ATL is scary as fuck.
Yes, it is.
It is scary as fuck, and me being out there like alone with just my dog, it's a whole new world. Like I gotta say, there's fucking gunshots and like my Citizen app. Do you know the Citizen app?
I do know it, and I don't have it for specific reason like that.
I don't think they even have it here.
No, I don't think it's Citizen. My girl, I think it's called the Neighbor app or something like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just have it because sometimes there's some crazy shit like man has pitchfork and is walking around. You know what I mean? But the crime and like the shit that goes down in ATL is something else.
Oh shit, you were there for that mass shooting, huh? Like that the supermarket one not all that long ago.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. But even more recently, last night I think it was, or 2 nights ago, a girl and her dog were walking in Piedmont Park late at night.
Have you heard about this? Right. We were actually just checking this out before you got here. So
Piedmont Park is the first park that my dog Pippa and I went to. It's right down the street from my house. Beautiful.
In the middle of the city.
Yep, in the middle of the city. It's actually where like the rich people used to drive their cars around. They would take their nice ass cars and like drive it around the track.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, they have an amazing dog park there. And like me, I had never been to Atlanta. I had never been to the South until I moved there. I was like, fuck it, let's just go.
I'm exploring, yeah.
Right? And so we go to Piedmont Park. But I mean, I personally would never walk around Piedmont Park at 12 a.m.
Right. There's, basic rules.
But this dude, like, mutilated the dog first.
Oh, I didn't know he cut the dog up, too.
He cut the dog up first. Like, mutilated the dog and then killed her. Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's, like, right down the street from my house.
Yeah, that's not... So, do you carry a gun?
No.
Have you ever looked into getting a gun?
So I have now that I live in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What are the gun laws like out there? It's still a red state, right?
Everyone's fucking carrying. But I mean, is that it? Is that her? Yeah. No, it's. Yeah. Oh no. So listen to this. This is the worst part about it. She was a regular at our bar, and so my friend Heather calls me up bawling her eyes out, and I'm like, because I've been doing shit while I'm here, like I've been so busy,
right?
And she's like, you're never gonna believe this, like da da da. She's like, do not walk your dog at night. But my issue is, I work late. what am I going to do? Not take my dog out?
Right.
You know? And so, I mean, I've always been like, can't live in fear and whatnot, but like this part of town right now is so bad. Like, a couple months ago, we had SWAT and the FBI, they closed down our street because there was a shooting. Cops were responding to a shooting in Hotel Indigo, which is right across from our bar. Doors open, man. And I'm so sorry. Who's
you
calling
good?
Me? So the cops go up to like get these 3 dudes, doors open, and they just start shooting.
Blasting them.
So they didn't kill the cop, but they shoot a cop in the face. They run off. Next thing you know, my manager lives in this apartment complex right down the street from our bar. This dude has a hostage in the apartment complex. So we have SWAT, FBI, like this is all going down right in front of my bar. Like this is what goes on.
I would recommend getting a gun or 2. I don't know. You probably just need 1, but.
Well, yeah, you're right.
But you should have at least 1. I would recommend.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any do you have any experience with guns or anything like that? Do you have any self-defense training or anything?
Yeah, self-defense for sure. And like from stunt school, like I can fight.
Right.
I like if someone's going to come at me, I'm going to put up a good fight. You know what I mean? And if I'm with my dog, on top of like, I'm not saying she would save me, but it's crazy how many people are terrified of her. My big white husky, she's an anomaly in Georgia. Like, people won't ride the elevator with us because they're like, what the fuck is that?
It looks like a big white
wolf.
That's a wolf.
Yeah. No, that little kids are so fucking cute. They're like, that's a wolf.
Yeah.
But she's the nicest fucking girl ever. I mean, that's my issue. I'm like, nothing has ever happened to me, and like I've never had a break-in.
Right.
So I'm nervous that something would happen.
Like, if you're counting on your dog to save you, like it's really one of those situations where you kind of gotta guess. Like you have no idea how that dog is gonna.
I'm not counting on her, but I would hope.
Yeah. That's all you got, though.
She would have my back.
Because some dogs do. Some dogs will, like, even if it's not an aggressive dog, they can sense like the situation calls for me to do this.
Yeah.
Not all dogs are like that, though.
Some
dogs are.
And she's
just
a very
love
good
bugs to the bone.
Yeah, and she's a really good judge of character, like
which does not do any good in a circumstance like that.
Yeah, and she's a really good judge of character, because people love, like, there's either the people that do not fuck with her, and she doesn't fuck with them either, and she knows that. But people will be like, "Oh my god," and she's got like ears back, tail up, like. But I'm always like, okay, she doesn't like that person, we're gonna go this way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, that person is not gonna come anywhere near us. But you never know. Like the dude that fucking mutilated that girl. Like you just don't know anymore.
No.
And so like my parents are like, you need to move. I'm like,
well,
are you gonna?
Same thing can happen here in Tacoma. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying.
And here's the deal about being a victim.
Yeah.
Yes, you are a very small woman.
Yes.
Whatever could happen to you can happen to me. Like even. And this is like over the last like couple of years, I've definitely, especially over the last like year or two, like I've definitely got a lot more conscious of like being alert in your surroundings and paying attention.
Oh, of course.
And like
which is also funny because why are people so oblivious to other people?
Oh my, dude. How many videos have I watched of someone crawling into someone's car while they're parking gas? It's astounding.
Did you hear that about Akon? How he was pumping gas and
they stole off with his Range Rover. Did you hear what the cops said?
What?
Yeah, we'll get to it. They're like, yeah, this is like number 3 in the last hour. Oh they don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't
my
give
god.
A fuck. Yeah.
But other than that, I will give it. I'll give Atlanta some credit. It is the coolest fucking place. I love it. It is so different. Like it's a whole new world for me. I mean, you got, what do they call it? Big doinks.
Big doinks?
You know what I'm saying? With the big ass wheels, the cars.
Oh,
with the
donks.
Is that what it is? I said big doinks.
Big doinks are joints. I'm like,
Parrish. Oh my god. See, I'm white and I'm from Seattle. Okay, I don't know. I'm still learning. They got the big
choppers with the 30 inches. We were just talking about, who were we talking about this with? Morgan? I think so. Somehow donks got brought up.
And they roll through deep as fuck. And the best part is when it's like,
the rims are worth more than the car.
It's just crazy. Like, and then you got like the Jeep brigade that'll stop. They'll stop traffic. Like they will pull off and like block off cars. So like 50 to 100 Jeeps can just come through.
It's like a little Jeep gang?
Yes. The stereo systems that these guys have in their cars is unreal. It's like going to a concert.
Right.
I'm like, y'all are out here. Like.
So has the music scene's been open the whole time then, huh? Have you been going to concerts or anything out there?
Let me think about it. No, not really. No, because like I went to like one rave, I think. I guess if you could call it a rave. Because my girlfriend does artist relations out there, but I've just been working.
That's awesome.
I've been working just because, work to live. But Kanye West just had his listening party.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I saw
I had
that.
no idea about it.
I saw somewhere he's paying $1 million a day to live in that little locker room.
Yes.
That shit is wild.
That's what I didn't believe it at first. But yeah, no, that's a thing.
I don't know.
Is he okay?
I still don't know that I believe that. I don't know. How do you? That is a finesse. I mean, someone on their team deserves a fucking dinner for that sale. Like $1 million a day to sit in a locker room. It doesn't even look like there's electrical plugs in that thing.
I know. I was talking to someone about that, and I was like, I bet you he just like literally went out.
How much is Kanye West spending?
Is that what it says?
Yeah, to live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium right there.
You think he goes around and sits in every single chair to be like, this is the one?
Jesus. I don't know what this guy is doing. I've never even really been a huge Kanye West fan.
I mean, back in the day, though, graduation.
I was too late to the game. I don't know. Okay. He never did nothing for me. But he is fun to watch and comment on. He does some wild shit that I would see myself doing if I had the kind of money he has.
Like what?
He does regular guy shit, but just pays an absorbent amount more than he should.
Yeah.
On everything he does. I don't know.
Yeah, he's wildin'.
So for your stunt work, what's some of the more challenging stuff? What's some stuff you haven't quite gotten to do but want to do?
Man, so I really want to. The goal is to start off as a kid double.
Really?
Yes, because a stunt coordinator told me this. All my friends, well, not all my friends, but I am used to being on Instagram. I'm used to models being tall, so I'm like, oh, I'll never get anything because I'm not tall. Right. You know what I mean? That is not the case at all. And so a stunt coordinator was like, how tall are you? I'm like,
you could play like a 11-year-old or something.
I could play a little boy. I'm like, throw me in, coach. So
Put me up.
Literally, so and like Stranger Things, for you know what I mean, right? It's just I'd rather do wire work, which is so much more fun, or being thrown back. Just easy shit like that. I can fight too. Just teach me some choreo and I got it.
All essentially extras, as far as not having any lines or anything like that. Just kind of in the background.
I'm not an actress.
Yeah.
For the.
I'm specifically here to be thrown around like a rag doll.
Exactly. I'll just exactly. So what I was doing here for my friend, it's basically his passion or his it's just his project thing. But the storyline is we meet, we fall in love, there's a honeymoon phase, we start beefing, and then the symbolism at the end of us being on fire and being thrown.
This is the whole thing you filmed yesterday?
Yes.
And you spent 13 hours filming yesterday?
The whole fucking day.
That's
that's normal for filming, but he's oh my God.
Moving around, different scenes.
And then he's like, okay, we gotta fight this time. We gotta fight. And I'm like, we're yelling dumb shit at each other. The hot dogs were trash. I'm like, what are we? I'm like, we can't. I'm gonna start laughing. I'm like, we gotta fight about something real.
Fake beef.
We gotta fake beef. Yeah. And it was just and then I had to pretend we had to pretend we were in love. There were scenes of us in bed and whatnot. But I mean, that's showbiz, baby. You know what I'm saying? But when he called me and he was like, yo, you want to be lit on fire full body? I was like, is that a question? Duh.
Did you get that video sent over?
Let me.
Because we gotta.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's gonna send it over to you and we'll play it. Because I don't think he's seen it yet, but that shit is so cool. You sent it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, it's up. I'm dumb. I'm not even paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That shit's. So, the first fire burn that I ever did, okay.
And so this is the end where you're making up And then you get torn apart.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I gotta toot my own horn. Well, I gotta toot all of our horns because
please do. That's what this show is for. Shout them out by name.
But I mean, like we all did it just worked so perfectly. It like the flames and everything. It just worked so perfectly. Like the whole crew was like, fuck yes, because nobody wants to do that twice. I mean, we could, but like the goal is one take, one shot, you know, like one opportunity. You want to do it. Don't fuck it up. And I'm just so happy with how that turned out. We were so fucking stoked. Oh, it's so good.
So what goes into shooting a little 6-second shot like that? How much work?
So, how much work? I mean...
At least tell us what you go through. What all you have to prep.
Okay, so, well, let's see. Where do I start? You wear just like a bra and underwear, for me. And then what they do is they have these like long john type things.
Like thermals?
I guess, I forget the name of it, but regardless.
I always call them long johns.
Yeah. They're long johns, but they're thick. But they have them dipped and like sitting in this cold ass goo. Okay. This goo, like fire retardant goo.
Sweet.
Shit. So once you put that on, you put those on first. It is so cold. It is so cold. So you put on this stuff.
I'm sure that the goo doesn't make it any easier to put on either.
No. And it's like, you need it though. So you put on this little outfit or big outfit, whatever. Then you have one more layer. So I had like a really tight, like kind of like track jacket zip up. And then I had my jeans. I didn't have anything under my jeans. I didn't need another layer besides the, like the long johns and then the jeans. But then I had on the Adidas sweatshirt. And so we filmed, before we did the fire burn, before we were lit on fire, like we had our camera guy like film us coming together because you have to put this goo all over your face.
Yeah.
And I look at Greg, who's like, he does the stunts, he's like fire guy. I was like, we have to film it beforehand because if I show you these photos of my first burn, you'll be like, what the fuck? I told him, I was like, we can't. I will look so fucking terrible. It looks like whale jizz all over you. That's the only way I can explain it. It looks like
a huge load of goop.
So much fucking goop. And the worst though is when they put it in your ears. Oh. They go like this. They go scoop ears, and I'm like, oh. But it's also like I'm about to get lit on fire and quit being a bitch, you know?
Yep. But I'll take your word for it.
They gel up all your hair, and I mean, I could show you a video if you want. But they gel up all your hair. You have on, you know, all your gear. But they were kind of nervous because usually when you do a fire burn like that, you have on a lot of layers, and you're not lighting your whole body on fire. But like Josh, the other dude, he's like, I want full body burns. And I was like, all right, let's get it. And so the stunt coordinator's like, if you feel like this is very hot, like there's a point.
Yeah. Like it's gonna be warm.
Yeah. And honestly though, like you really don't feel anything with the retardant, the fire retardant, and like whatever, you really don't feel anything. But I didn't put enough stuff on my hands.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't put a lot of the goo on our faces. But I'm also not going to be the one to fuck it up. So I'm waiting for my dude's cue.
I'll lose my eyebrows for the shot.
I mean, I was like, whatever. So next thing you know, I'm like, he lights us on fire. And it's coming up. I'm not feeling anything. But then it gets to my hand, and I was like, oh, that's fucking hot. And I look up at him, and I'm like, it's like getting around my face. I'm like, oh, that's fucking hot. That's really hot. But then next thing you know, I get pulled back. Fire extinguisher. So I roll over. I'm like, yo, eyebrow. Because for some reason, it was really hot on my eyebrow. So I was like, it's gone. And everyone's clapping, and I was like, yay, this is great, but do I still have an eyebrow? They're like, yeah, you're good. But no, it went like so perfectly. It was fucking fantastic. Yeah.
All right, face is on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
They can't control where do they have, So it obviously went up in flames extremely quick. Do they spray you in gasoline or something?
Okay, yes. So before this, you have
crazy.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So see the guy in the black. You can't see him, but he's wearing a black kind of right there in the hat. That's Greg.
That's like the fire marshal.
I guess you could say. Yeah. So he comes through when we're all set. We're all gooed up. He comes through and he like paints on this stuff. That like whatever he paints, wherever he paints, that's gonna be where the fire goes.
Gotcha. So is the goop the accelerant? Like that's what I mean.
The goop is what's gonna save you.
Right.
But whatever he paints on, and I wish I knew the name of it right now. I should know this because
but
it's
whatever
my job.
it is that he's painting on
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So yeah. And so that and then he sprays us with stuff. I don't know what the spray is
just to make
either.
sure everything catches on fire.
Exactly. So because it's like. And then we have these things. This guy's
good for show business. I like his style.
Oh, yeah. No, fantastic.
Less is not more with fire.
Yes. Yeah. And so, and then you have all your safeties and, you know, because we're all about safety.
You kind of have to be. I see 2 people on fire.
Yeah, but I mean, like sometimes people, like I've heard stories where people like are just dumb and like, or like you have, I've heard people that are new in stunts be like, oh yeah, I could totally do that, but they can't actually do that, and then they go out there and the stunt coordinator's like, all right, go do like a burnout in a car, or like do like a spin it around, and he tries to spin it around and he crashes the fucking car. Yeah,
so how many of those instances do you think are truly just someone being overconfident? And
I feel like it happens a lot.
Like arrogant, or because you said it yourself, I'm not gonna be the one to fuck up the shot.
No. No, I'm also not gonna lie and say I can do something if I can't.
Yeah, that's probably a good call, but I'm sure in the stunt double world, like
there's no way. Yeah. And that was one thing that they told us in the beginning, because like you would be. I mean, I knew that, but some people do that.
Right.
Like, some people will be like, oh yeah, I can.
Some people
forget do a high
it's
fall.
A movie.
Yeah, sure, I can jump off a 3-story building, and then they've never done it before.
Right.
But like you have to. There's a way to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
I was listening to this podcast. It's the host.
He's Fox. There it is.
Oh, nice. He's ex Navy SEAL. Okay. And he got super into jumping, like skydiving.
Who is it?
Andy Stumpf.
I know that name, I feel like.
Yeah, so he did some stunt double work as well. He did a lot of like the squirrel suit, the flying suit stuff. Dude,
that shit is so badass. My friend Eric Salas does that shit. He took me indoor skydiving for my birthday. I want to go skydiving so bad.
I did it when I was me and my stepbrother are 2 weeks apart, and we did it for our 18th birthday. I got a good story, so I'm like, all right, this is gonna be cool as fuck. I'm wearing the full fit, like it's a special occasion. I'm dressing nice.
Let's go.
And then we get there, and immediately they're like, all right, put this flight suit on. It's like, you know, a 20s pilot suit, so it's full jumpsuit.
Wait,
and it's like,
what? You didn't know you were gonna have to wear a suit?
I didn't know dick. I just got told I was going skydiving.
Yes. Oh.
So I got these fresh like mint green SBs on, barely even laced.
Funny.
That's the only thing you keep on is your shoes, right?
Yeah.
So we go and like, dude, we got these stupid like 1910 leather football hats on.
That's badass.
Dude, it's stupid. You look like a fucking goober, but you get to jump out of a plane, so it was cool. So me and my stepbrother go up, and my stepbrother's like an adrenaline junkie.
Okay, I fuck with him.
I can do everything, like I'm on it, but like I'm not jumping the 110-foot jump. Like that's just not. I'll do like the 15-foot. I'll play around and I'll hurt myself, but I know my limits. He's not one of those.
Oh man, he would love stunt school then.
Yeah. Well, he only has one leg now due to those decisions. So, you know, what are we going to do? So he's probably not making it to stunt school.
I mean, he can still do high falls. Are you kidding me?
Out of a chair?
Oh, he can't walk?
Well, no, actually, that's not true. He can walk.
Okay.
I don't know. So, you're fucking me up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, look how quick he brought it up. See?
So what did he do?
Motorcycle accident.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's good.
He's got a leg. He could... I mean, all you gotta do is.
I don't think his girl's gonna let him get into stunt school, though. She's had about enough of his shit.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, she's like, please, God, no. Oh,
she was kind of new to the family when the accident happened too. But Lindsay, she was there. Lindsay, your choice. Appreciate you. Can't wait to have you as a sister-in-law.
Oh, congratulations! Married in, like,
yay! 3 weeks. We're about to be in Hawaii for it. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Oh.
But yeah, so to finish our story, we got up there and the guys we're going with are like Red Bull jumpers, and like we're like, hey, if we're fucking jumping out of a plane, like, can we do this for real and like backflip and all that stuff? Because it's tandem, right? And
can you still hear me if I'm this far away?
You can pull it closer.
Move the mic
up.
Oh,
I can.
It's adjustable.
It's adjustable.
So, and they're like, no, we can't really do that. It's our first, and we're like, bro. This is our first and only jump. Yeah. It's a fucking backflip. And they're like, all right, we can do a backflip.
Which is like weird to me. It's like, why not? You're jumping out of a plane like anyways.
9,000 feet up or something. Whatever. So they were cool, and we did we did a couple backflips, did the whole thing, and like as soon as we jump out though, I got these loosely laced Nike SBs on, and as soon as we jump out, the only thing I can focus on is clenching my toes to keep my shoes on.
Why didn't you tie them tighter? You weren't thinking about it?
Well, no, that's not cool looking.
You're the funniest motherfucker.
What are you talking about?
Okay, obviously, yeah.
So I jumped, and the whole way down, I got my toes clenched. And like, we're doing the whole thing. You're
cramping up, yeah.
And I'm like, A, I don't want to lose my shoes, but B, I definitely don't want them falling from 10,000 feet and killing someone.
Oh my God, like, can you imagine?
And that shows up on the news. They're for sure my shoes. Like, those are my shoes. But no, we're good. So I hold on to him, and like he hits the parachute, and he's like, okay, so when we land, like the whole deal is you're gonna dig your heels into the grass to slow us down.
You are?
Yeah, me. I'm in front of the tandem, so I'm gonna like break our fall and slow. And I'm like, nah, dude. I just held on to these shoes. I'm not gonna fuck them up in the grass. Like I literally just saved these from falling. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Oh, no. And we go to land, and like he's like, all right, stick your feet out, and I just stick them straight up, and he just landed us, and I'm like, yep, bet. It was cool.
You're so funny.
But it was cool as fuck. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I would recommend Kapowsin skydiving. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, cool.
It was cool as shit.
I need to do it. I don't know why I haven't yet, but
I don't know how we got on that.
We were talking
stunt work.
Just high falls and whatnot. That I used to be very terrified of heights. Used to hate airplanes. Went to stunt school, learned how to high fall. Now I fucking love it.
What's the highest fall you've done?
3-story building.
Dang. Okay, so I have a slight reference point. Okay. I took my kid to this place called Catapult in Federal Way.
Yeah, the Fed? Okay.
Yeah, Catapult something. Catapult Power or something like that. But it's literally, it's like, did you ever go to Pump It Up? Okay, Pump It Up was like this shitty little inflatable place all the kids went to, and it had like, like the inflatable slides and all that stuff. But it was all like not nice at all. Yeah. This is like a super nice. Okay, I don't want to see Pump It Up. Pump It Up has nothing to do with this story. They were just a shitty reference.
Pump
but yeah,
up.
Catapult. Jump House, Federal Way, I don't know.
Okay.
But so it's literally, this whole place is just like, they have like
is this recent?
Yeah, this is like a month ago. Okay. And you can, it's for kids, so everything's inflatable. They have like a dodgeball spot. Yep, this is it. So they have like all this high wire stuff. I didn't get to do any of this, but they have like, it's probably 15 or 20 feet where you can jump into the airbag.
They actually have an airbag?
So I have my kid, and we fell out.
Do you have a video of it?
No. Well, I was holding the kid, so I was kind of like focused on that. How old is he? He's like 2.
Oh, did he have a good time?
Oh yeah, he had no idea what to do with himself.
He's a future stunt double.
But so you're supposed to like jump out into the middle of the bag, and we just fell out of the window into the we fell back into the crevice between the spot where you jump.
Oh no!
I mean, it was all good, but
we had a scare like that at stunt school. This girl was scared, and she kind of bailed.
Half-assed it.
It's like that's the last thing that you do. You're not. Oh god, it pisses me off when people like start going and then stop, because it's like you're dead.
Well, now it's dangerous. It's one thing to be scared, and it's okay for us to call you, a pansy for not doing it. But I'd rather call you a pansy than dead.
Exactly. Like if you miss that mat, no thanks.
But yeah, so it was like, it's like a 20-foot fall. It was super cool though. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a nice little drop. Like especially after that like first second, then it starts to catch up, and you're like, shh, I'm falling.
Tube-topia.
Yeah, it was a sweet little spot for the kids.
Oh man, I wish I had an adult one.
Well, and they don't have like, I could do it, so you can definitely do it. You'd have a blast in there.
Extreme dodgeball.
But
have you ever been to or have you heard of Defy? It's here in Tacoma.
defy gravity, right? Or something like that?
No, it's like, I mean, I don't know if it... So...
I have heard of it.
I have like do you know who Nick Colletti is?
That name sounds super familiar.
Comedian. You know Casey Frey? No?
Damn. I do know Casey Frey. He was just on Theo Von, but...
Okay.
It was...
Okay, so this place, Defy.
Oh, so this is like...
Right? It's here in Tacoma, but I went to this comedy show to go see Nick Colletti, and I'm sitting at this table, and... we're just hitting it off with just whoever's at the table, and this guy's like, yeah, I own Defy. And so we ended up going there after hours, but this place is sick as fuck.
Oh, shit, he just brought you back there after the show?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I didn't know that the passes I bought, or the tickets I bought for the show was a meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
So me and this dude are chatting, and he's like, we're a little drunk. We're in line to, like, meet him. I'm like, this is sick. He's like, I'm going to ask Nick Colletti if he wants to come to Defy. And guess what?
He said, yeah?
Yes.
Dude,
shut up. We're in line, and I'm like, he's not going to. But I was like, but if he says yes, I'll bring the weed.
No
So
way.
I'm like, call me if he says yes. And I literally get back to my house. Next thing you know, I get a FaceTime from this kid. He goes, get the fuck up. Nick Colletti wants to go play. And so we are blowing backwoods with Nick Colletti.
Bro.
Like, hella backwoods, playing dodgeball. But it was so fucking awesome. And it was really cool because he ended up saying, like, hey guys, like, thank you so much. Like, I've had such a blast, because like we weren't like fangirling or anything. No. We were just having a good ass time. And he's like, I haven't been able to like
do something like
myself.
This. Yeah.
So it was
it's just show to show to hotel to show to new city.
Or like trying to be funny all the time. It's like he was just his own person. It was fucking awesome.
That's fucking cool.
It was
so
cool. Yeah, no, it was so random. But that place is so cool. They have like the really bouncy ass trampolines. That's why I love it.
See, that was my thing. I had the most fun there. Like my kid was having fun, but it's hard. He didn't even really understand how to like maneuver it. Yeah. He's getting blasted around. There was like they had like yoga balls and stuff. Yeah. So I'd like huck one from the far side and just blast him in the head with it.
That's
and like
so funny.
They had like,
I feel like having a kid would be I'd be the worst and best parent at the same time.
They have like this little circle ring within the middle, and it's got like a low bar and a high bar, and you can rotate it. So like,
okay, wait, explain that again.
It's got a low bar and a high bar, and like the pivot point right here in the middle, and there's a whole like circle thing, and you're supposed to run away from it, or jump over it, or duck under it.
That shit's so funny when people are like, boom, boom, like.
And my kid had no idea what was going on, and we were just blasting him. He was having he was having a blast.
I fucking love that.
So speaking of cool shit like this, what were you doing last night? Were you over at the
Last night I was filming.
Oh, was that the night before?
That was the night before with Quincy?
Yeah.
What, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
the Boulevard Boy Party.
Is that what it was called? I don't know what it was called. Shout out Quincy. I fucking love you, dude. Quincy and I have been friends for so fucking long.
So you don't know that was the same thing you hit me up for? Like the thing that I posted that was like...
that was it?
That was it. That was the same thing.
I didn't know. I did not know the connection. Yes. I had no idea. Just know, like... This whole week has been so busy for me that I had no idea. Like, and so Quincy calls me and he's like, are you in Puyallup? You should come to this thing. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down. Like, whatever. I'm only here for a week. I'm trying to see my homies. And I also like, I think that Quincy's like one of my favorite DJs.
He is.
Like literally since forever.
Say it so the people in the back can hear it. That kid is changing music in Tacoma.
No, but it's not only that. Like ever since the beginning, like he has literally. I'm fucking gassing him the fuck up because he deserves it. For. Yeah, no, but that's seriously, exactly like, and I tell him that I'm like, I'm a fucking fangirl for Quincy, like DJ QJ, Quincy James. But no, anyway, so.
Buck James.
Yeah, Buck James. Buck fucking James. No. I do too. That's
one of my favorite memories is being at like one of the first freak nights I went to, and Bingo Players was playing there.
Oh my god!
And I just hear QJ over the back of my shoulder.
Yeah.
Whoop 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 whoop.
We were reminiscing about old times too, because like
Q was up on the house music. Well, he was like one of
No, he fucking loved it. I don't think he's gonna like that we were saying that though.
Why?
I don't know.
Because that's not him no more? Yeah. That's okay.
That's not me no more.
He's doing this shit right now.
Oh my god, he's fucking killing it. I mean, What?
No matter what his name is, he's killing whatever he touches.
For sure. So anyways, I love watching him DJ. So he's like, yeah, I'm spinning. I'm like, I'm in there. I'm fucking in there for sure. Let's go. So, but yeah, that was cool. It was
at a skate park?
It was like, oh, do you know Chase? What's his last name? He owns like a automotive thing or something. I don't know, man.
Not specifically.
I don't know, man. But I get there and I'm like, oh, this is kind of fucking popular.
It could be two different events, but I swear it was the same. Because did Crispy and Glenn perform?
No, I was wondering where they were.
Oh, I'm tripping. I'm talking about two different things.
Oh, okay. Yes, you are. I know what you're talking about.
Tripping.
So the Travis Thompson thing, that was earlier. That was earlier in the day. And so Chris and Glenn, I guess, were tired. Because I asked Quincy, I was like, where are your homies at? And he was like, oh, they're in bed.
Okay.
So this is a later thing.
I got misinformation. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're there, though. We made it.
Because honestly, I would have been pretty upset if you went to that show and didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How did you not know you were there? But okay.
I wasn't there.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
My bad.
He's being mean to me, guys. But no, it was cracking. And then
so it was just a warehouse party?
Yeah, it was just this huge fucking warehouse party. And there was like fireworks and shit. I don't know. It was Sean the Shaman, you know him?
Yes, I do.
Shout out to him. I fucking love that guy.
I like that name too.
Yeah, no, and he's out here like fucking just preaching good vibes everywhere. Like, I love that dude.
Beautiful.
Fucking I fuck with these guys. I feel like people from Tacoma, they just get it.
I feel like, yes, I totally agree.
I mean, there's always like, some that
I feel like Atlanta has a lot of that same energy too.
I just don't know about it yet.
No, and that's so.
I just don't know about that's what's been kind of hard for me because like being so in the scene in Tacoma and especially like Seattle, like working in Seattle.
It's work to be this tapped in the city. Like it's a whole new job to start.
I'm like, I have to wait in lines now? That sounds so bad. I'm like, what do you mean I can't get on guest list? I'm like, what do you mean I can't just go to the Kanye West listening party for like someone can't get me on? Yeah. That sounds so bad. Oh my God. Well, but
I'm going through so since we started this show, like I really started diving into like the Seattle cats. Like I never really took the time. Like I knew like More Gang and a couple of the guys.
Oh my God. But, dude, Nacho Picasso. Yeah. That is my dude.
No, dude. I'm telling you, Washington is stacked.
I did his a couple years ago.
That guy was so fucking hot for like 3-4 years, bro. He got signed.
I used to listen to that guy like every day.
I fucking love him.
He got signed to surf school with Harry Fraud, bro. That shit was major.
Mm-hmm. I helped him out with his hotels on one of the tours that he did.
Really?
Yeah, because I was working in a hotel at the time for Marriott, and so he had posted something about like travel and whatnot, and I was like, yo, I can get you discounts on every hotel that you need to. So I like did his like travel itinerary, and
that's pretty gangster.
I mean, I love him. He's so fucking hilarious.
I know.
I went over to his house and to schedule all this
king.
To like schedule all the shit, and he's got like all these like Naruto like action figures. I'm like, this guy goes off. I love him. But him and his girlfriend go off too. They're just a power couple. I'm with it.
Who's his girlfriend?
I don't. Just the most beautiful girl you'll ever see. Because they live in LA now. There she is. Okay.
She looks like a young Jada Pinkett.
Oh my God! Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Not that Jada's old.
Yeah, but yeah. For going back to like the Seattle, artists on the come up. I mean, you got. Fucking Perry Porter. Mm-hmm. Do you know Waffles?
I don't.
You don't know Good Ass Waffles?
Nope. Put me up.
And Blake Anthony? Where are you?
From Workaholics? I know that Blake Anthony.
Okay. You're so funny. Honestly, that show's hella funny. But I mean like Soul and,
Black Soul?
Sam LaChow?
Yes, of course I know Sam LaChow.
Blicky blicky blah. What's
I know.
LaChow?
That song is a slapper.
Dude, he's been putting out a banger. I just listened to a song the other day, or maybe it was just a clip of it. But
that's right. I forgot about Sam LaChow.
Do you remember? What was it? Blau Shankbone. Did you listen to that? Okay, never mind. Anyways, that's super old, but that was like when I was in high school. and he was like Shankbone or some shit.
He was from here?
Sam LaChow.
Oh.
That was his like...
Oh, that's what he went by?
It was... Or no, maybe he went by Sam LaChow and Shankbone was someone else, but they made a song together, and that's what put me on, and I was like, oh, Sam LaChow's cool.
I found that Gary... Was it Gary Payton? Is that the name of that Sam LaChow song?
I don't know. Did you ever listen to the Nomads?
No, I didn't.
They were like not too big, but I had a homie that did management for them. There it is.
Shankbone.
Dude. Wait, no. Okay, so Shankbone is the name, but the song... I don't know, but which one is it where he's like in the park?
Dude, I really only remember, I swear it was...
Can I just say though, during the pandemic, like I gotta shout out Sam LaChow one time because he did like a live stream, like to raise money or some shit. It was him and crap, what the fuck is her name? Oh my god, I feel hella bad. The singer that he works with. God, I hate when I fucking can't remember their name. Anyways, so he did a live show and was playing all these songs, and I was in my backyard going so ham. It was a blast. I was like, I think I donated like $100 because I was like, I'm so happy this is happening right now. But yeah,
I'm trying to... I swear that one song, I think it was called Gary Payton by Sam LaChow, and that
it
was
is too.
The fucking slap. I swear that's blicky blicky blah. What's happening now?
Dude,
that was slap.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. And also, like, his voice is just like...
Oh yeah, you're into like thrifting and all. I always forget you are super tapped in. So
yeah, Hootie is like my fucking...
Talk about it.
You don't even know.
I think he announced it, but the Coop Studios is on the move now.
Yeah.
I think they're finding a new studio at the moment.
I was just over there helping him clean up.
Oh, sick.
No, like, he is... I was going through some shit last year. I mean, we were kicking it a lot. And I actually met him through... I used to date this dude, Taylor Davenport.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard Taylor Davenport's name in a minute.
Yeah, shout out.
Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is actually. So we dated for a long time, and that's actually how I met Quincy. And then we used to like get weed from Hootie from a long ass time ago. This is allegedly. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Sorry.
Weed's legal now. Who cares?
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I knew him for forever. And I don't know why. I can't remember initially why we started kicking it like heavily. But like Hootie and I would kick it heavily like every day. Like I'd be over at the studio just fucking kicking it. I also like always bought threads off of him, you know what I mean? But I lost my friend to an overdose, and Hootie was like literally the only person there for me. And he's just a good ass
Hootie Coop showing love.
He's just a good ass dude. I just like I got so much fucking love for him, like I can't even.
Yes.
And look at his handsome ass face. Come on. Come on.
We won't get too much.
Come on.
Hootie's family. That's for life.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for life. For real.
Honestly, I feel like he embodies Tacoma better than anyone.
No, he absolutely. Oh my god,
just as a factual statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts. Oh my god.
Look at that.
Oh, what a little fuck. Gotta love him. But yeah, what else?
Well, so let's
Studios. Fucking Coop. I love that.
Well, let's talk about the future. So are you okay, before we get into the future, are you able to talk about any movies you've worked on or are working on?
So I have so I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm still so new, but I did like my name's getting out there. Like people are starting to know me, and I only know that just because the bar that I was telling you about, PDH, like they were there's a regular that comes in there. His name's Drew. He does props for Marvel, right?
Oh, okay.
And him and I, even before I even knew what he did or he knew why I was even there, like we just hit it off. He's this older dude, but we just hit it off. And he was there like every day. So come to find out, he's like best friends with this guy named Andy Gill, who is like the stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
For Marvel.
Okay. That name sounds familiar, and I think it's because of that podcast I was listening to.
Okay, right? Yeah. So like on top of Drew coming in for, you should see his IMDb. It'll blow your fucking mind. So he was coming in, and that's him. Drew calls me up, and he's like, because I already knew they were filming Black Panther 2 at the Fox, right?
Yep.
And that's the other cool thing about when they film movies at the Fox. All the film and production.
They film movies in the Fox?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
On location. Well, yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah, they film anything there. They do everything there.
Interesting.
Yeah, like P. Diddy had a party there. They shut down the whole street. The Migos popped out. I was like, what is going on?
Dang.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the whole thing about being a stunt double in the pandemic, it's hard because when the pandemic wasn't a thing, like your job is to go out and hustle. And that's the word for it. Like you go to the set and you're like, hey, where's the stunt coordinator? Here's me. Yeah. I do this. Like that's
what can you use me for?
Exactly. Yeah. Or just like to be known, to be seen. And so that's the thing that's been hard for me personally, because like I can't do that. You can't go on set unless you are welcome.
Unless you're needed for the day. Right.
Unless you have a COVID test, like if you're working it. So it's like I couldn't just like, if I knew someone that was in it and they were like come through, like it just wouldn't be able to happen. But luckily this dude Drew, like he sees that I have a passion, because a lot of the times, and like I've had to deal with it my whole life. It's like you got these dudes that are like, I want to help you so much, like I got you, but really they're just trying to.
I'm sure.
It's.
I haven't had to deal with that personally, but I can only imagine.
And it's just like so annoying, you know what I mean? And but this guy Drew, like he sees me, and he told me a story about how Andy Gill and like his daughter were both like, why are you pushing for this? Are you trying to fuck her? And he's like, no. And like he told me this story, and he's like, I just want to let you know, like that's not it. And it was like he was like,
there are good people out there.
That's what he said.
There is someone out there who will give you a break, and if you close your walls off to everybody, you might not ever get that break. Sometimes you gotta, run the distance and find out if he really is just trying to fuck you or not. But,
Exactly.
You never know. Yeah. They could come through.
Mm-hmm. But the best part about it was he calls me. They're filming. He calls me at like 7 a.m. and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't work till 11, but like nothing. He's like, Andy Gill wants to meet you. I was like, what? I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, okay, I'm up. Let's go. So next thing you know, I'm like next to my work, because there's the bar, and like of course the Fox is on this side, but there's like a back door over here. You got all the actresses and actors walking in, the film crew, whatever. And Andy Gill walks out, and we just start having this amazing conversation, like, and he's like stoked on me. I'm like, and I'm not even just trying to say like he's stoked on me just to like sound cool, but like he's like his demeanor and him being like, like, oh, okay, like, holy connect. Shit, you know what I mean? And when I said that I know how to do air ram, he was like, no way, because apparently like not nobody, but people don't really do air ram or like know how to do an air ram. But like when I did it, it's so easy. You just step on it and you fly. But people in my stunt school, like, oh my God, we had this one girl who was so like weak. The stunt coordinator made her stop doing it because she couldn't, like her knee was gonna break. Like she'd step on it and she would like crumble. I'm like, yo, just put some weight into it.
Interesting.
But anyway, so I'm getting my name out there. And then on top of that, like I said, you'll have like the film crew, you'll have people working in the scene come into my bar, and I'm serving them. And I'll just be chatting with someone, and next thing you know, he'll be like, oh yeah, I do stunts. And I'm like, no fucking way. I'm trying to do stunts. And so then I have like this other guy showing me the stunts they did for that day. Like it's just working out perfectly.
I'm like, how the fuck did I
find this place?
Congratulations.
Thank you. So like I've been learning, trying to find like gyms to go to, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's also really fucking hard being alone and having a baby child dog.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But that's life.
Yeah? So you don't got any plans on coming back anytime soon?
No.
You got a dream to accomplish?
I mean, I at least gotta get something under my belt. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I tried it. Like, no, I gotta do. It's gonna come. I have hope and I have faith. Like, I know something good is gonna come of it. You know what I mean?
And we ain't going anywhere. We'll be right here whenever you're ready to come back.
But like, just know, like, I don't want to leave. I love Tacoma so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be so hard, especially like just all the homies and shit. I'm like, fuck. It's so hard not having any friends. I do now from my bar. Like, luckily, I made friends at my bar.
Oh, you seem pretty personable. It doesn't seem like
you have much... want to know? It's really weird. It's hard for me to make friends, like, because I'll be like that. I'll be like, yo, like, we should hang out. But, like, the other person just, like, doesn't actually want to. I don't know what it is. I think I might come off too strong sometimes, but that's just how I am. I'm just very, like, bleh, you know?
Was there any sort of, like, culture shock coming from Seattle to Atlanta?
The biggest culture shock of my life. Are you kidding me? I was like, I'm on Mars right now. I'm like, the Southern hospitality, for one, amazing.
And that's still prevalent in the city?
Oh my God. Hold on a sec. I gotta fix myself. I didn't know that. I used to always be like, oh, the Seattle freeze, you know that saying? Wait, we can.
Yeah, do your thing.
Where's mine?
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Oh my God, you're ruining my life. I'm just kidding. Can I take...
You can hit mine if you want.
What, is it weed?
No, it's not weed.
Okay.
Did you want weed?
I mean, no, because then I get weird.
Yeah. We save that for after the pod usually.
Oh, that's tasty. Okay, pause for dramatic effect, all right?
Yep, do your thing. Smoke break. Doom, doom, doom.
Cool, yeah, I just have this huge ass.
Don't worry, my producer learned some new tricks. And
what's the tricks? Wait, what?
The last episode, we had East 25 in here, and he brought some Moet, shot the bottle off.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
So we had some technical difficulties, and he put up the whole, like, freeze frame with a funny picture, like, we'll be right back.
Yeah,
doom,
pause.
Doom, doom.
That's so funny. Okay. What were we talking about again?
The culture shock coming to Atlanta. And, the Seattle freeze. What is that? I don't think I've heard that. Just how cold people are here?
Literally, like, personality-wise.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, well, I always, like, was like, no, it's not. But I think that's just me.
Yeah.
But the passive aggressiveness, the condescending, the Seattle freeze is a real thing. But Southern hospitality is also a real thing. Like, people are so genuinely kind and, like, the nicest people. I remember when Pippa and I first moved to Atlanta, I'm like, let's go exploring. Let's go fucking explore the city. Let's go. It's hot as fuck. Okay? It's hot as fuck. Next thing you know, I realize my phone's dying and I don't know where I am.
Yeah, not great.
I'm not smart sometimes. So I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, we're dying. My dog is dying. She's a husky, thick ass fur. I'm like getting anxiety thinking people think I'm a bad dog mom.
Not well thought out.
I was just excited that we finally made it there, okay? So next thing you know, I see this dude. He's walking past me. I'm like, I just have to ask. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Like, I'm not weird. I'm kind of weird.
When you start a sentence off with "I'm not weird,"
I know.
What follows is usually a little weird.
Whatever, but I'm like, please hear me out. Like, my phone's about to die. Actually, no, my phone was dead at this point because I had to ask for directions. Because I was like, I'm new here. I'm literally from Seattle, Washington, the upper left. Never been here before.
Did you remember your new address?
I just knew the building.
I just knew the building.
I just knew the building was
area.
Yeah, exactly. So I think so. He's like, yeah. Like, so I'm looking on his maps, and I think he saw the pain in my face, because I was like, I'm gonna die here. Literally, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I have no idea. So he goes, do you need a ride? And I was like, is that okay? I was like, is that weird? Is that not? He was like, honestly, like, I didn't know if it was weird. He's like, but you seem like you're in a little bit of trouble, and I would be more than happy to take you to where you need to go. That's awesome. At that point, and I was like, and my dog too? I was like, she sheds a lot. And he's like, no, I fucking love dogs. I was like, you're literally saving my life. Like, you're literally saving my life.
That's a warm welcome.
It was exactly. But on top of that, yeah, the Southern hospitality is amazing. And the other thing that I really love about the South is people aren't so uptight and offended about anything. Up here, you got to walk on eggshells. And of course, like, I'm not going to be rude and like offend people on purpose, but like, you can't even joke around.
Yep.
You can't even fucking joke around about nothing. And it's like, damn, like, where's the fun in life anymore, you know?
Say it again. I couldn't agree with you more.
I was telling my family, it's so funny because my manager, Frankie, shout out Frankie, he calls me white coffee.
White coffee?
He calls me white coffee because in Atlanta, like here, you got coffee stand.
Right.
They only got Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks.
That's it?
That's it. Oh. No coffee stands, no drive-through coffee stands. And so...
Not to interrupt you.
Do it.
Am I correct? I heard that we are like the only state with the bikini baristas. Is that real?
Oregon too. I think Oregon too.
You want to hear an interesting fact about Oregon? It has the most strip clubs per capita of anywhere in the country.
Yeah,
and you can drink in their strip clubs too, which you cannot do here.
What is the vegan one called? I fucking love it.
A vegan strip club?
Yeah, and they have amazing fucking food. What is it called?
I'm on board for this. Vegan strip club. Pull it up.
No, like Casa Diablo.
Casa Diablo.
You gotta fucking go there. You seriously have to go there. Oh my god, that's my favorite one.
Does the vegan have anything to do with the strippers, or is it just the food?
No, it's just vegan food.
Okay.
No, we love it there. Shout out there. Anyways, so I get to Atlanta, right? And I realize they ain't got no coffee stands. They don't have anything. So I'm thinking money-wise, if it was a thing.
Yeah, that's exactly where my head went.
I'm like, oh my god, I need someone to invest in me because I would be making cash if there was just one little coffee stand on the corner.
What's it take to put up a coffee stand?
I mean, really all you need is like a shed. And you just redo it. But I haven't looked into it because like I just... I'm not paying for it. And
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm telling...
Worth putting a pin in though.
What?
I said worth putting a pin in though.
Oh, absolutely. Like I was going to call it... what the fuck was I going to call it? Oh my god, this pisses me off so much. Hold that thought. Anyway, so I'm talking to someone.
Casa Diablo puts its meat on the pole, not the plate.
I fucking love that so much. That's the most goated. Fucking goated.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, we love it there. Taylor and I used to go there. Just on random trips. Yeah, we'd go to.
Is it in Portland?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So you were saying he calls you white coffee?
Okay. I was just saying, like, you can joke around with each other. Like, I don't even want... He's gay as fuck, and, like, we just banter back and forth. But he calls me white coffee, and, like, I'll have a table that has never been in there before, and he'll come up and be like, I just want to let you know I'm really sorry. She's from Seattle. She drinks white coffee. Like, but, like, it's like... We joke around with each other like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like... I mean, other things are said too.
Yeah.
That would be so offensive and unheard of to say up here. But down there, it's like, it's all love.
And it's so funny because we do live in that little bubble where we think everywhere is like what's going on here. And
no.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
And I'm glad you're saying that, and so other people can know.
I just want you all to know, like, move away.
Yeah, I don't think... I don't think we have enough people watching us yet to really get canceled or anything, but we've had a couple close calls on a couple of our episodes where we said some shit.
I could easily get canceled up here.
We had the homie Lewis in who runs... Actually, let's get an RIP for Lewis because, you know...
Really?
Yeah, so not Lewis. Lewis did not die. Let me finish my sentence.
Yeah, sorry.
Lewis came on here. He runs Onsite 253 Fitness, and they were shut. He opened up in November of 2019. By March of 2020, had to close his doors for 7 months. Owes all sorts of back rent, and they're closing down the shop now. They were like 35 racks in debt from not being able to open their doors. And it's due to all this COVID shit.
Yeah.
So we had him on, got a little whiskey drunk, and I got a little wild, but just talking that shit because it's ridiculous what's going on here. I don't want to get too far into the politics side of things, but just even on the macro level, what you're saying, like, especially around here, you have to think about what you're saying before you say it.
And it sucks.
It's just as simple as that. You should
always
you have the right to say something offensive, even if it offends someone. You still
of course don't
should be able to
say it
we
without
should have the
reason
room to be wrong. Too.
Right.
Like you have to. How else are we gonna learn it?
How do you know it's wrong until you
all these little kids are gonna grow up and be pussies?
If I got a crazy ass thought and I say it out loud, it's like you tell me, no, you're a fucking idiot. Like that's dumb or that's racist, even something like that.
But you don't know it's dumb until it comes out of your mouth.
That's exactly what it is. It could sound good in your head, and then you say it out loud, and then it's like, oh.
But exactly, that's how you find out ideas are dumb. You gotta, test them out.
Yeah, but it's like up here, you gotta.
It's gotta be tough to be a comedian in Tacoma.
I was literally just talking about that. It's like you can't even make jokes anymore.
Well, and so here's the other thing. I feel bad, like, so without getting too specific, but like I have a friend and his girlfriend's. He's got a black girlfriend, and they came over to the house. I've used this example before, but like, and me and her have no issues. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
But she's been, hanging around with the woke crowd, and she's been like idealizing, like living in Seattle because that's where it's all love and this and that. Which
is it though?
No, but don't burst her bubble.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
I'm not the one who's. No. I'm not gonna burst her bubble either. That's not my job.
Yeah.
But, so. Her and my girl are walking outside to go do something, and we had been watching the kids, so we're like, all right, once they go walk out, we'll go take a dab. So I go and load up the weed or whatever, and she had walked back and she's like, oh, you didn't like load anything up for me? Like, this is why I have a problem with straight white men. And I'm like,
whoa.
Like, what?
Whoa.
What are you talking about?
That
doesn't even make. And so when I hear that shit, like, I'm really not, because I know she doesn't actually mean anything she's saying. She doesn't have a problem with me. It's just some stupid shit she heard somewhere else. But like, it's at the point where I feel bad because they got you. They fooled you. You really think there's issues out there that aren't going on.
Exactly.
I got no issues with black people or gay people or trans people or anything. You have a right to. I make a lot of dumb decisions in my life. You got the same right to make them like I do. Like, I'm not one to judge someone.
No.
But
fuck no.
I should be able to say some stupid shit if I want to say it. If you can do some stupid shit and we're at a climate where you got everyone backing you, I should be able to say some dumb shit.
I like, so my best friend Abia, she's from Nigeria. She's black as fuck. And Frankie, my manager, like I told you, he for the longest time, he's like, you don't have a black friend. You ain't got black friends, white coffee. Like, you know what I mean? And so finally we're like FaceTiming the other night, and he's like, oh, you do have a black friend. Like, it's just like fucking hilarious.
People
like,
trip when I tell them my brother's black. My stepbrother's black, and they're like,
why is that? Okay, he's not your blood, he's your stepbrother.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's like, he's black.
But like, so it's funny actually. The girl I'm with now, she met my stepbrother before she met me. And so she was hanging out at the house, seen pictures of me on the wall.
Love it.
Had no idea. She, and then later on, like, we met, and she's like,
wait, I know.
Why the fuck are you in pictures in his house? I'm like, my dad married his mom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, good. Okay.
But
yeah, but no, everyone's soft up here, and it sucks. Come on.
So,
I feel bad. I don't.
It's only if you believe it, though. Really, I mean, if you play by the rules and you believe that stuff,
I'll never like go out of my way to offend someone. But living in the South and being like, I appreciate the fact that they really have opened my eyes to, because I used to be woke. I mean, I'm not.
There's a line. There's,
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
There's crazy and like whatever, and like.
And then there's like common courtesy. I'm all for common courtesy.
Exactly.
I'm off.
Exactly.
I'm here for the reasonable woke shit. Like,
but Frankie,
if you can make a good case, but let's hang out in reality. For a
so I had
bit.
a reality check. And I'm so glad that I got one, because I'm like, wow, you're so right. Like, it's gonna be fine.
Right.
Like, it's fine. It's all love. You know. If it's actually all love, then it's all love. But I just don't fuck with the fact that people are like, oh
walking
yeah, we're so
eggshells.
that, and they're like, oh, we're so accepting up here in Seattle. But really, you're fucking judging them, and you're talking shit behind their back.
Well, yeah. Again, we could get deep into this, but it's I don't like either side of the team play shit. They both do the same shit. Yeah. They're both, you're both humans, just as dumb as the other one. So.
Fucking.
Hey, this has been a blast.
Yes.
I think we're going to wrap it up.
Oh, no.
How far are we in?
About an hour now.
Perfect. I'll leave you with some closing thoughts. And yeah, we'll let you close it out.
What do I say?
Whatever you want to end it with. You got anyone you want to shout out?
Listen to me sing.
You got...
Shout out?
Some wisdom. You got...
damn, you put me on the spot.
Give us some suggestions. How do you close?
Goals for your time in Atlanta once you get back?
Just fucking working and trying to get my first gig, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I told myself by this time next year, I'll give myself a year. I've been there almost a year. I went there September 11th. Last year I got there September 11th. So I've been there kind of technically almost a year. I'll give myself another year, but really in reality, like if you're trying to be a stunt double, you need to give yourself 5 to 10 years to even get anything.
That's what I was just gonna say.
That goal for me is like absurd, but I feel like I'm very passionate and like this is just something that I want to do. You can just feel it.
Yeah. Can
like something's gonna come.
A little bit of advice?
Yeah, of course.
Don't put a time limit on it.
I know. You're right.
I've had
because then I'll be disappointed.
Well, and I'll tell you whatever timeline you have for just about anything, usually you can multiply it by 3.
For sure.
About anything.
Yeah, for sure. I think my thing is though, I just you know what it is? Let me just say something real quick. It's funny to me that I have like friends and family that hit me up and they're like, how come you haven't done anything yet? I'm like, you said
from your couch?
Done. But it like gets to me. So I'm like, I gotta stop letting that get to me and Josh, my homie that I did the work with, he's like, Mac, you moved to Atlanta. He's like, you're doing something. And there was like 50 people in our class that like more than half of them aren't even doing anything. I'm like, you just dropped 10 grand to do what?
Yeah.
You know? So I gotta give myself more credit.
You absolutely do.
But also just like go after your dreams. Don't stop.
Honestly, those people who hit you up like that, that stuff, I'm sure you've heard this before, but it makes them uncomfortable. Like people who really do go outside of their comfort zone, pick up and drive to a city they've never been to with no one they ever know for a hope and a dream. Yeah. That scares the shit out of people.
It does.
And so, and I don't know who it is, but they're probably not doing it with ill intentions. They probably are, looking out for what's best for you and they want you to be realistic and safe. I don't know, but these are what I got.
All the excuses they gave themselves to not up and move to, the other side of the country.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm a crazy person. Jesus Christ.
Sometimes that's what it takes. Hey, we're all a little crazy. I think that's the perfect ending point right there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Beautiful.
Go crazy.
This has been Tac'd with Spencer P.
Hey.
With Rosie Mac.
Hey.
Mackenzie Rose. Mac. Rose. All these names. But this has been awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Next time you're back in town, we'll do it again with a little update. And
oh my God,
hopefully you'll have some movie credits by then. And we can gas you up.
Look for me.
Beautiful. Yay. What a pleasure.